Today I'm going to walk you through how to use the standards option on GradeCam in order to assign different questions to different standards if you have your test coded. So if I'm in here in the key, I can just select all of the standards that fall under the same, all of the questions that fall under the same standard, and then select the standards button here. They'll give you some options on the drop-down menu, and mine are already pre-selected here for Common Core State Standards and Communication. Even though they have a reading option, reading doesn't list any of the actual standards. It's blank for some reason. So I can just go in and get down to the reading, site-specific evidence. That's standard number 1. And all of those questions now are listed underneath that specific standard. So then I can do the same thing now. I have to unclick those questions. And for the unassigned ones, I'll do 3 different options here. And we'll apply those questions to a different standard. And again, we're in that same one. I'll scroll down to reading, and then we'll do by the end of grade 12, which is standard 10. And apply those. So now all of these questions have their standard aligned over on the other side. And then I'm going to apply a third standard to questions 10 through 15. And just click on the standards, and again I come up with the same thing, just scrolling down. Determine the central ideas. Alright, great. I'm going to apply there. So all of my questions now have a different standard. You can go back into the scan, but then when you move into the summary, you can go to standards, and it will tell you how they did on each one of those specific standards. But the really cool option, I think, is standards plus students over here. So then you can look at how each student did on those specific categories. So if you had in your grade book that each part of the test was entered into a different assignment, that you could enter them this way. So again, that's back to standards. This is how the entire class did on those standards. And then if you want to look at how the specific students did within those, you get a readout on each individual student that took the test and how they did on each one of those standards. So that's all that it takes in order to give you that specific feedback, especially on coded tests. Thanks.